All right. Good evening. Hopefully we've got a nice clear stream coming through. Clear audio. I can't check on my tablet because my tablet has run out of batteries. So my plans this evening were cancelled, so I've just formatted my main laptop. Upgraded to Big Sur in the process. It's probably something I end up doing every 18 months or so, one way or another, just because end up installing and playing around with so many bits and pieces that I'm convinced that the system does get slower over time. Oh, look, 2 activity monitors in there, that's weird. So the system's running fairly slowly at the moment because it's running around doing lots of indexing and encrypting the disk. So I'm going to open up a text file and keep some simple notes of what I've done here. So I've just booted up the OS after a fresh install. I've deleted a bunch of the stuff off the dock that I don't like, didn't want to see there. I've done 2 other things that are quite important and that I usually do. In fact, 3 things. In the security and privacy settings in preferences, I will turn on File Vault and set up a recovery key. And then also turn on the firewall. And the other thing that I've done is I have set up Time Machine. So backups are already running immediately after the installation. Everything should be backed up from now here on out to my external SSD. So those are the first things I like to do to get set up. So let's make note of these. Time Machine, enable the firewall, and enable File Vault. So that's encrypting the hard drive. File Vault encrypts the drive. It can take a bit of time to do if you've got lots of data on the drive, so it's quite good to get it out of the way as soon as you boot up the system. So with those 3 things out of the way, I then opened up Safari and downloaded Brave, installed that, and now we are basically off to the races. So I guess I'll put that in here. I am going to go to my own GitHub because I've got some settings in here somewhere. Let's go in here, Mac. No, config. Dot. Okay, should have checked this before messing about, shouldn't I? Didn't really want to give away every test repo in my private list. If I can help it. This would be easier to find. System, it's probably system setup, isn't it? That's probably what I called it. Yeah, there it is. Look. So I last formatted my machine 2 years ago. Well, it's been a pretty good run this time around. Though it may be I just used this and didn't update it. We will probably find that out shortly. Oh look, same things here. Look, enable firewall, enable file vault, install brew. So let's head over to the brew site first, see if the instructions have changed at all. Okay, I'm going to copy this. I'm going to open a terminal. I'm going to paste that in because I'm just going to trust them. Yeah, shocking really, isn't it? Should we go and have a look at that script just to pretend that we're responsible? Xcode command line tools will be installed. So we'll wait for that to work its magic. Meanwhile, in the background, MDS Stores is running around indexing our file system for Spotlight. I might go to the Spotlight settings and add my, I don't want, oh maybe I do. Disable it for now, I don't want this being indexed in Spotlight. Can I add it to the privacy list? Okay, fair, that makes sense, I guess. I guess it's smart enough not to index that for me then. Makes sense. Okay, so we're downloading the command line tools. This is coming from Apple, I suppose, so it'll be slow, very slow. And we can't have brew until we've got the command line tools, so okay, I guess we'll just have to wait for that then. In the meantime, we can go and have a look at some of these other things. So let's have a look at this set defaults thing while we're waiting for brew. I'm not sure if all of these will still apply. I basically pieced this together from 100 other examples and then just customize it to my preferences. So just skim through a bunch of these. Let me make it a bit bigger so you can actually read this. Okay. So I could just grab this and run it, but I possibly don't need all of this anymore. Perhaps don't need this anymore. We'll see. That'd be interesting. All right, it'd be nice to have a lot of these. Oops, it's current folder by default. That's good too. What does the Finder bring up by default? Oops. No, that isn't what I want. Recents. And it loads really slowly, or loads nothing at all. Oh, there it goes. God, you hear the fans going. The old Intel Macs. So I would change that still. Have we got tags still, or are tags gone now? Yeah, still tags. I've never used tags. I probably never will. Got a few things in here really. Enable tap to click, enable right click, enable application change with 3 fingers. Disable press and hold for keys in favor of key repeat. Yeah. Fast key repeat. Keyboard access for all controls like cancel buttons on dialogues and things. I wonder if that still applies in. See, this is, yeah, I don't think I want to run all of these. All right, I'm going to go and get VS Code. So now I need to set up Git to pull this repo down really. Nice. I can just copy and paste this file, can't I? Can I flip this to text only? Make plain text. Zoom in. All right. Which one was it we wanted to delete? So there's a few I'll disable. I want to disable these VS Code ones because I don't know if they are necessary anymore. Let's save this. Just stuff it on the desktop now. System setup. I call it .script because it's just, yeah. I'm not going to run it like that at the moment. In fact, let's rename it. Show path in find. Okay, yeah, leave that in. For me, search the current folder by default. Yeah. Home directory is default. Yeah. Disable tags. Yeah. Enable tap to click. Enable right click. Enable application change. Disable press and hold in favor of repeat. Enable fast repeat. Enable full keyboard for all controls. Show battery percentage in menu bar. I never use the battery these days, so I'm going to take that out for now. Disable the sound effects on boot. If that still works, I'll definitely do that because it's annoying if it does it late at night. Save to disk, not to iCloud by default. Yeah, we'll keep that. Disable resume system-wide. I don't know what that is, so I'm going to take that out. Disable resume. Why would you? Disable notification center and remove the menu bar icon. Don't do that because that's all changed as well. Disable automatic capitalization as it's annoying when typing code. Yeah, disable that. Stop iTunes from responding to the keyboard media keys. That never worked. But maybe we can try it separately by itself later if we run into issues in this version. Require password immediately after sleep or screensaver begins. Yeah, we'll keep that. Show all file name extensions, we'll keep that. Disable the warning when changing a file extension, we'll keep that. Spam the following file info panes. Disable that. Oops. Don't send search queries to Apple, we'll keep that. Show the full URL in the address bar, we'll have that. Set Safari's homepage to about blank, we'll have that. Prevent Safari from opening safe files automatically after downloading, we'll have that. We don't want it unzipping stuff because it's kind of annoying when you wanted the zip file. Because it's an extension or something like that. Hide Safari's bookmarks bar. Hide Safari's bar. Disable sidebar, thumbnail cache, history, and top sites. I don't know if I want to do that, do I? Let's turn off these Safari ones because Safari's changed a lot as well. Oops. Disable thumbnail thing. Enable Safari's debug menu. Yeah, we'll have that. It's probably the same. Defaults right. Search banners default contains instead of starts with. Do prefer that, yes. Remove useless icons from Safari's bookmarks bar. Okay, do that. Enable the develop menu and web inspector in Safari. Enable do not track. Don't display the annoying prompt when querying item. I mean, item isn't installed yet, but that's all right. Okay, yeah, that looks good to me. Oh, look, and brew should be installed now. Bingo. All right. So that was a little bit tedious, but probably worth doing. Now, if I flip to the desktop. All right. And chmod plus x system setup. And I can run it. Whoa, stuff happened. stuff happened again. All right. Now the doc's small. All of the things are done. If I type, hold a key, repeat is not, didn't really work. Maybe I need to like log out and log in again or something. Silas. Should we run it again just now? That's weird. Oh no. Okay. Oh no. What have we done to our desktop folder? That may not have been a good plan running all that lot then. Let me log out and log back in again. Right. Login prompt is on the other screen. Yeah, okay, that's a bit better. Yeah, okay. That's that bit done. Now, system setup, I go over here. Brew bundle in the directory with the brew file. So this is the brew file. Let's basically just copy this as well. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. Paste this in there, save it as brew file, not brew file.txt, but just brew file. And let's quickly skim through this and see if there's anything we don't want. I don't use Postman, I use Paw, so I'm not going to bother installing it. And it always comes up by accident when I type Spotify, so I'm going to leave it at. I'm using the built-in Mac screen color thing now rather than Flux, so I'm not going to bother with that. Sketch I don't pay for anymore, so I don't want that. Dash, my license expired, I'm not buying it again. NeoVim I don't ever use. Chrome was causing things to be slow, so Firefox and Brave will do the trick. Excuse me. Spectacle, definitely. Telegram, Discord, Slack, Skype, I haven't used that in months. Excuse me. Waves I'll probably do manually. Reaper I'll have, Spotify I'll have, VLC, iTerm, Kaleidoscope not have because I'll need an old version for my license probably. Sublime I'll have. Android Studio I won't have because I'll use VS Code for Flutter and I probably will need it eventually. I'll get it when I decide to work on the app though. Docker I'll need. Table Plus I need. SQL Pro I haven't used in a while but is not a problem to have around. Brewmass I haven't used. Don't think I'm going to use Redis. NVM alternatives. Are there good NVM alternatives? Start page. I haven't used it for a while, so I thought I'd give it a go. That is not really a good thing. Oops. Is this the one I'd heard about? Not sure. 40 times faster. Yeah. Complained in agony. Well, every time I open a new terminal, it takes 1 second. I mean, it was too long. I wonder how it's going over there. Can I, what's the image? I'm going to get to the links now. What's that all about? How's it going? How many stars? Nice. Loads of stars. Looks like it's in active development. Very good to see. I mean, it sounds amazing. Wonder how complicated the script is. Hope you know what you're doing. Schniz. Doesn't look like there's much to it. Oops. Cover the whole bit. Dun 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 dun. Okay, that was easy. So if SSH, squad equals SHRC. Oh, it's already there. Oh. Right, I need to go and remap my keyboard. Modify keys. Caps lock is escape. Thank you very much. Okay, let's copy this. Run the source command, get the new stuff. We should have nfm install. Can't find version in .files. Please provide a version manually in the command. Oh, okay, that's fine. That makes sense. $14? Yeah, nice. And then if I open a new window, boom, speedy. Nice. And we've got Node. Oops. Yes, we have. Perfect. That's way better than NVM. So what did we do? Used FNM to install Node. Run the installer. And run FNM install 14. Node V. Easy peasy. Set up notes. Make that a bit bigger. Let's make it text. And then we can zoom it. Make plain text. Okay. Yeah, much better. Okay. So that worked a treat. Now we can go back to this. We don't want NVM. We do want Git. We do want Git extras. We don't need ZSH anymore because it comes already. I wonder what sort of default config we have. I'm going to get ZSH also, yes, because yeah, Save that. Cruise over here to the desktop. There's our brew file. And let's just check over here what we have to do. Brew bundle. See what happens. Zoom in a bit. Howdy, Unidorsal. How's it going? It's a very exciting Saturday evening over here. What is that emoji? Cheer. Cool. So that's just going to sit and chug through installing all of those things for us, which is very handy. Save us doing a lot of downloading and clicking about, mucking about. Brave browser is already installed, so it'll be interesting to see if that conflicts or just installs a second copy. Right. It's taken its time, but it's just going to have to, yeah, it's just going to download all of the apps, get them all installed. And that's basically what all there is to it. So one thing I'm going to have to do is set up my keys in SSH directory. So in our home directory, make a file called .ssh. And off screen, because I don't want to give away all my keys, I'm just going to copy my key backup in. Change the view from grid to list. There we go. Sort by date. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Just copying a bunch of stuff. Too many things. So now what I've forgotten is the answer to this question. $644 for the keys. What was it? 600. 600 for the keys. 644 would also be correct, but 644 will not be a product key. Must be writable only by you. Yeah. So that seems too loose. Wait. Okay. Oh, we're in it. Oh, clear. Cool. Gosh, learn to type. And then we want to go 600 for everything in it. There we go. That should clean us up for that. Goodness me. Okay, cool. So whilst that's taking its sweet time, let's have a look at what's going on over here. Disk images. Yeah, okay. Unpackaging all the stuff. Let's go into preferences. Let's show that up here because it's convenient to be able to check. Although, is it in here now? Or is it this one? We have a time machine widget in here, please. That'd be handy. It is. It's not the time, is it? Really? But there we are. Good to have it enabled early on. No, don't modify my writing. Get my repo link, whack that in there. No. There we go. Run brew file with brew bundle. Oh, stop. Oh, wait, that'll do. With brew bundle. That for preferences. So remove the ones you don't like. That's just going to do its thing. Leave it to it. Pop it over there. Right, so while we're here, I do like to use my ZSH, but maybe there are better alternatives now, so I'm just going to have a quick look. Presto, that was 5 years ago. Way too long ago. Zinit. Yeah. Oh well. I'll stick with what I know for now. Can always change it later. Another one of these sketchy run the direct script on your machine type setups. Skim it, check it looks reasonably legit. You got to try, I suppose, haven't you? You know, there's not a URL to dirtyhackersbinary.com. All right, let's do it. Do not load completions from these directories until you fix their permissions and ownership and restart to this age. The above list of directories. Disabling the right permissions of group and others and make sure that the following command may help. God, this start page thing is horrible. Need to change the theme, make it white. Theme, parents, air. Oh, save, save. Beautiful. All right. This is confident with the U flags using the directories found without checking the securities. Oh look, Brave failed because yes, it already exists. Hopefully it's smart enough to skip it. We can do without. We can do those last few by ourselves if we have to. This is exactly what I'm going to do and what I need to do, I think. So I think that's quite much harm in locking these down. ZSH is now installed. Let's open a new terminal. Zoom in a bit. Game on. We are in business. We got Git yet? Yes. All right. Things are slowly coming together. Have we got iTerm yet? Yes. All right. All right, we've got iTerm back in business. Terminate the processes in this window. Don't think there are any, are there? That was weird. Oh, that is not healthy. Just pressing J. What the hell of him? That was not fun. Cool, so that finished, except for Brave. One dependency failed to install. That's totally fine because it's already installed. That's done. So all of that is now complete. We've got the backup still running. No, it's done. Just the backup daemon is doing a lot of stuff for some reason. Right, excuse me. Got a bit distracted there and then got an itch in my hand which I was scratching by the mic, so you probably could hear that. Excuse me. Disgusting creature. Right. There is a theme that I use. I was going to go into my vim.zshrc file. Can we recover? Crikey, okay. Sort file named, delete it. There we go. Can I go up and down with J now? Perfect. I think random candidates. No, that is not what I wanted. Undo. Oh, it is Bobby Russell. Okay, let's go to this link. This is what I always end up doing. Brave. Because, maybe it is Bobby Russell then. one is it? One of these is pretty good. Might be this one. Probably know when I see it. This one, I think. Ave it. Need to make a note of which one it is. Oh, I suppose I can just go and check my backup, can't I? Wait, what? Okay. See what I mean? That's junk. Does in this HRC? Oh, okay. I was using something else. Power level 10K. 10K developer. Aha. It's the right repo. Yeah. Okay. Custom themes, power level 10K. So then I can open my there's HRC again and do what I'd done in the other one. This one, which I closed for some reason, like this. Yeah. Oops. No, escape. Yeah. No, yeah, thanks. And then we can source. What was it, this HRC? Power level 10K configuration wizard. You are setting it because you haven't defined any power. We need to install the font. Meslo nerd font patch for power level 10K. Oh, it's going to do it for us. Cool. Install. Oh, it's literally what it says right there. Install Meslo nerd font. Yes. Please restart item 2 for the change to take effect. Click item 2, quit item 2, or press Command Q, open item 2. It's important to restart item 2 following the instructions above. It's not enough to close item clicking the red circle. You must click quit. Okay. Check for updates. Yeah, go for it. Cool. Back in. Haven't set your options. Does this look like a diamond? Rotated square. Yes, it does. Does this look like a lock? Yes, it does. Does this look like a Debian logo? Yes, it does. Do all these icons fit between the crosses? Yes, they do. Choose your prompt style. I think my prompt style is lean. Character set. Unicode. Colors 256. Show current time. I don't think I... do we like showing the time? No. We like one line. We like compact. Few icons or many icons? Not sure. To be honest, I quite like few icons. Less noise. Concise or fluent? Concise. Enable transient prompt. As in you have to like hit enter to get it to show up. That sounds kind of annoying. I'm gonna go with no on that one. Instant prompt mode. Okay, recommended. I'll do what you say. Apply changes, yes. Alright, game on. Now all we need is a rain glow for item 2. Get some of these garish colours out of the way. Keen contrast, I think, is a good one. I'm just going to copy that down. I'm going to open a new text file, paste it in. Don't know where I'm going to save it though. In my user directory somewhere. Dot item colors. The extension is important because if we don't set the extension, oh, that's the other drive. Finder. Remove that extension. Okay, item, settings, profiles, default, colors, color presets, import, up, there. Much better. You can change the background to not quite be black. Actually, no, we'll leave it black and then we'll set the transparency. Cool. Now there's loads of nice little tweaks we can make to the item window if we've got the patience for it. So we set the transparency. What is that? It's about a third of the way through, roughly. Window. So use transparency. Custom window title. No. Appearance. Theme. compact? Compact or minimal? Minimal is nice. It's a flicker bar, but it looks better. Top bar location. Bottom. Top. Yeah. Status bar. Top. Exclude from dock and command tab application switching. No, don't do that. Right there. Keep it there where it belongs. Show window number in title bar. Okay, yeah, I don't use that enough. Probably should. Don't want more borders. Hide scroll bars. No, keep the scroll bars. Show line under title bar when the tab bar is not visible. Don't show lines. Tabs. No. Show tab numbers. Tabs have close buttons. Don't dim so much, it's really annoying when you do that. Okay, I think that'll do for now. Looks fairly familiar to me, feels fairly good. Make a temp directory, go inside, and a git repo. Got the branches, looks good to me. Right. Have we got Alfred? Yeah, I do have an Alfred license. I don't have. Okay. So one thing I'm going to need to do off stream is set up my password manager. So if you'll forgive me, I will disable the screen briefly while I do that. All right, we're back. We're back. I have got my Alfred 4 license here. I'm going to copy and paste it over on the other screen just so that I don't share it with the world. All right. Game on. We can set up the rest of the Alfred stuff now. Preferences migration. Skip, yeah. So we need to set up some stuff. Full disk access. What do you want me to do? Add it manually. Later. I mean, I don't use contacts on Mac, so. But try it, maybe it's good. Who knows? Cool. Excuse me. Restart Alfred. Cool. So now on the spotlight settings. Where's the keyboard shortcut? Here. Spotlight. And I tend to move spotlight to Alt space. And then I move Alfred to Command space. I find that works just great for me. And then we'll grab the Alfred thing, whack it here. And right. There's a bunch of customizations to this as well. So we have to make our own theme, I think. Hide the hat. Hide the menu bar icon. 9 items is fine. Standard mode's fine. Save the position's fine. On active screen, okay, cool. And then we can edit this. Better. No, we'll get rid of that. Alfred Dark, Alfred Classic, Modern Dark. Oh no, that's disgusting. That's the best one. Just a bit smaller. Duplicate theme. Better. Oops. Better. Now we can change it. Search text, drag off or down to resize. So we want that to be a bit smaller. I want it all a bit smaller, basically. That's much better. Cool. Thanks, Alfred. So, where's the keyboard settings? The modifier keys didn't update. Caps lock key to escape. Oh, it's the internal keyboard. Apple keyboard, caps lock key to escape. There we go. That's why that was a bit confusing. Boom. Code's alive. Oh, do we have spectacle? Yep. Open that up. Grant spectacle some access. There we go. Boom. We need to disable the snippets shortcut in Alfred settings. Snippets. Always hard to find this. Snippets. Clear hotkey, it's not even set. What was it I pushed? That. Alt Command C. Alt Command C. Alfred. Snippets. Things have properly settled down now. It's much better. It was well worth the effort. Right, let's see if VS Code can sync my settings down. Okay, before I do that, I need to set up my profiles. Where is it? How do you add a new profile? Just Google everything these days. How do you do that? Oh, it's literally right there. I'm blind. All right. Now then, where were we? Settings. Turn on. Turn on. Sign in and turn on. Turn on, tune in, settings. Set. Okay, I'm just going to go log into GitHub off screen. do my authenticator. Okay. Let's see if this works. Looks promising. Setting up my themes, downloading all my extensions, including a third-party settings sync extension. That's pretty good. It's going to hook up all of my old settings, which is awesome. Nice. So I'll gradually just close all these new tabs as these things pile in. Let's check the extensions list. Nice. That got the fans going for a bit. Cool. We don't have npm. We've got node, but not npm. We don't have node. Okay. That FNM stuff didn't survive the installation of ZSH, oh my ZSH. Let's have a look. So cat.zshrc pre oh my ZSH. Yeah, we need that. ZSHRC. So I'm just going to stuff that at the bottom. I'm also, now I think about it, gonna, oh god, that's annoying. Run over to my backup on the other screen quickly. Oh no. And get some stuff from the .zshrc over here. Which should have, if I'm not mistaken, what the hell is that? Oh, that's the weird autocomplete thing. Okay. My little custom aliases, not a lot to it really, but they're handy to have around. Oops. So we've got that in there, whack those in there. Auto jump. Okay, I haven't updated in a while. This plugin knows the auto jump navigation tool. No, you have to install auto jump first. Perfect. Okay. And then if we look for plugins, auto jump. And then we'll wait for it to finish installing, and then we'll source it and see what happens. Auto jump is basically a really nice little way of getting around the file system on the command line, because it remembers all the folders that you visit and then allows you to just use abbreviations for them, and it will go, oh, you probably meant this one that you visited recently. It's quite good. Caveats. Auto jump. Add the following line to your bash profiles lshrc file. Use the fish shell of the following line. No, so we'll add this line to our zsh.rc file. Fine. Let's do it over here. We'll do it under the FNM stuff. We'll call it and now get auto jump listed as treated as one plugin. Pretty sure that's how it works. How do we know that this is there though? Plugins. Once you spot a plugin or server you'd like to use, you need to enable them in your open the folder, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Oh, no comma. No comma. Replace that with a space then. Right? Bingo. JTemp. CD code. CD temp. CD JTemp. Boom. Takes me there. Perfect. Right. What other plugins are useful? What are the OSX? What does the OSX one do? OSX. Okay, source. That's handy, actually. Splits the current terminal tab horizontally. Huh. That's very cool. OFD. Yeah. This is awesome. TMP. JTMP OFD. And then it opens Directory and Finder. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Cool. Game on. Huh. Nice. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. Crikey, stopped filling in the notes, didn't I? Done loads of stuff. Auto jump. iTerm color scheme. What else do we do? Loads of stuff. If you were watching, this is now the pop quiz, I guess. What did I do over the last half an hour or hour? Oh, we'll be done here. Where's the timer? I haven't got a timer. Hour and 20 minutes. We're nearly at the point where things are working pretty nicely, right? So let me just pull this off here and grab the repo that I want. Now, those of you who have followed along before, actually I should just copy my code directory from my rmrftmp. Should just copy the code directory from my backup, really, shouldn't I? Or rather, some of the code from the code directory in my backup. I'm not going to copy it all. It would be madness. So you may have seen the Crypto Litmus site. That's just a, you know, your classic. That's going to have no modules in it. So oh. Okay, it didn't take long at all. Fair enough. Fair enough. Doesn't have node modules. What? Or is it smart enough not to copy it? No. Oh, that's amazing. So I use a tool called, I should put this in the notes before I forget. A tool called Asimov that basically sweeps the file system for node modules directories and adds them to didn't we add the FNM stuff? Yeah. And then we didn't source this window though, did we? Okay. Now we're in game. Okay. It basically adds node modules directories to the exclude list for Spotlight so that all your node modules stuff doesn't get hooked up in Spotlight and make your backups take forever. So let's set that up now. I think we can just install it with Brew. Yeah. Big fan of this. So if you notice, as soon as you run an npm install, suddenly Time Machine backups start taking forever. But this Asimov thing takes care of that quite nicely. So if I just run Asimov, I guess it's going to request access to my whole file system. Going through all the VS Code extensions that I downloaded and excluding their node modules directories. Most of them not very big, so it's not too bad, but sometimes that stuff gets a bit out of hand. Cool. So yeah, highly recommend Asimov. to avoid backing up copious amounts of node modules dependencies. Oops, there we go. Cool. So that ran nicely. And the fans are spinning up because we ran the npm install. Great stuff. But with a bit of luck, we should shortly be up and running. I think so. Control sequence attempt to clear scroll back history. Allow this in future. I don't like it when things do that. So I'm going to deny it. Okay, cool. So other than the start screen being a bit weird, show. Not for now. Not for now. Not for now. Still locally in the folder limit slide. Do you know the execution of this period including yeah. Hopefully this is a safe bet. Rose never read. Okay. Interestingly, it does look a bit pants, doesn't it? What was it called? The Jetbrains mono font. That's the one. Install Jetbrains mono font. Fonts. No, open the font book. Which should we use? True type, I guess. Can we not do that anymore? Used to be able to just drag them in. Oh, there you go. Font size 12. Whoa. It's already changed. Alright, so here's a question. On my desktop, there is a file with this in it. Is it fixed? I guess it kind of looks fine. Maybe it's a remnant from the past that I'm still feeling traumatized by. They look fine, right? I don't want to be setting up any more annoying things. See what? I'm glad I've formatted because the machine is way faster. It's way more responsive than it has been. So I'm very pleased. Very pleased. Cool. So we can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. MDS is off on one. A backup is running apparently. Okay. Back in business, more or less. Just got to go and log into everything again. So I haven't set up things like iStat menus or Little Snitch. Those are the next things on the list. But I do feel like they slow the system down a bit. Hey Flappier, how's it going? I mean, I think I'm about done with the basic setup now. Can do code. Let's see if it runs. It did run, didn't it? I wish this would stop opening. It's quite annoying. Especially because we don't need it anymore because it's been replaced. Oh, there it is. Cool. All right, back in business. With my little Blitz app back in game. Cool. Well, the system feels much faster now, so that's cool. Except for even with the backup running, it still feels more responsive. Quite remarkable, really. So the system's really nice and fast. The fans are on right now because the backup's running and I was doing npm install and all of that stuff, but in general, it's been pretty speedy. So yeah, format was worthwhile, so that's good. I might avoid installing this for a little while. I'm going to install as little as possible on here for now, I think, because it's running beautifully. Cool, so that was a bunch of stuff we did. I think I'm going to leave it there for now. I think we're good for now. Yeah, job done. Just lots of logging into accounts and setting up access and profiles and stuff to do now, which is always fun. Right, I might pop back later when if I work on some stuff, but till then.